Rail is often billed as the greener way to travel. In the UK, only 38% of the rail network is electrified, meaning passenger and freight trains are still contributing CO2 emissions, although lower than other modes of transport. But now, a new technology has been developed that can not only make diesel engines more efficient, it could help make dirty trains much cleaner. And I went along to Harry Needle Railroad Company's train yard in Worksop to find out more. Advanced Hydrogen Technologies' engine carbon clean system combines hydrogen generation with carbon capture and can be fitted to anything with an engine, not just trains. It uses electrolysis to turn ordinary water into oxygen and hydrogen, which is then pushed through the engine to remove carbon residue that has built up over time.
Explain this to me like I'm 5. So this unit that we're looking at here has a diesel engine.
Correct.
And it runs on diesel as normal.
Correct.
What does this device do to that diesel engine?
Okay, so this is a 1962 Class 08 locomotive, and as you can imagine, the diesel that's been pumping through there for many years has built carbon up inside the engine, so the efficiency of the engine is very much decreased. So what this system does is it pumps the hydrogen through the air intake and it goes through the whole engine, and what it does is it knocks or blows the carbon out, which then goes out through the exhaust, and that takes it back to where it was when it was built back in the 60s. So the efficiency comes back, the carbon emissions is massively reduced, because after a few months with our system on there, the carbon build-up is almost gone.
So just to give you a visual representation of what this looks like, these pistons here are typically what's used on a train unit, and you can see from the top here, this black all around here is actually carbon build-up. It's quite mucky, as you can tell. Whereas if we move to this one, this is what it would actually look like once it's been through a system and it's been cleaned, and it's actually clean to the touch. Well, I'm still dirty from the other one, but it's clean to the touch. It's quite a remarkable difference.
Although primarily for increasing efficiency, testing has showed the use of the system also significantly cuts emissions. On a diesel shunter like this one, it reduced 27% of carbon monoxide, CO2 by 8%, and formaldehyde by 39%.
There was a demonstrator day in April where we witnessed the AHT kit on this shunter. There was no visible emissions. So that's how we got interested in the product in the first place. What we're looking at is the kind of gap in the next 5 to 10 years between 100% diesel and zero emissions, and just coming away from 100%. So can we get it down to 90%? Can we get it down to 80% with something that's viable for the actual train operator to buy, save their money, reduce their emissions, and that's the perfect scenario, really.
For companies maintaining our railway infrastructure, this new technology helps them to increase the working life of older machinery.
The opportunity to use the technology that AHT bring allows us to unlock older assets in a modern environment where we need to concentrate on our emissions and act responsibly. So effectively using a 60-year-old bit of kit in a modern way without having to do lots and lots of expensive re-engineering and fit expensive equipment. It's a cost-effective way of giving us an opportunity.
People watching might be quite surprised that we're still using 60-year-old trains. I mean, wouldn't the answer be to perhaps get newer trains rather than use technology like this?
Yeah, I think, well, part of being sustainable is reusing, isn't it? So if you can say that you're reusing a 60-year-old asset responsibly by cleaning it up a little bit and using new cutting-edge technology, I think that's a good way of being able to be more sustainable rather than having to start from scratch and put something on paper, go through research and development and not know what the outcome's going to be. So this represents a good off-the-shelf option for us to be able to be more responsible.
when you're ready for me, if you'd like to start to step back.
And naturally, I couldn't come to a train yard and not take this cleaner bit of kit out for a spin myself.
Is this me? I'm doing this. And we're pulling away, and as you will have seen, no emissions coming from the exhaust. And I'm driving a train into a shed.
Obviously, the ultimate aim is to remove carbon emissions from our railways altogether, and already trains are operating in the UK and Europe using a variety of alternative energy sources, including hydrogen. But while technology catches up and diesel trains remain on our tracks, the most abundant element on Earth might just be making the air we breathe a little bit cleaner.